Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. So today I would like to talk a bit further about ship modularity, what it is, and what it means for us the players. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for the support, it is truly appreciated. So on a recent Star Citizen Live, we heard from the ship teams that they have finally overcome a particular tech hurdle that now enables them to begin working on ship modularity. Now, ship modularity, if you don't know, refers to the ability for certain ships to completely swap out large sections of their interiors or exteriors, changing its role entirely. The RSI Galaxy being one of the more recent examples of this, where you can change out an area of its interior from a cargo module for hauling goods to a medical module with various tier med beds, or even a mobile refinery, helping to refine ores from the saddlebags out in the field. Now, the premise of ship modularity has been around for years, since 2014 in fact, with it being the very last funding stretch goal that was reached at $65 million. Now, I will quickly read the actual stretch goal description so you have an idea of what ship modularity is intending to be from CIG. However, do bear in mind that ideas and intentions could have changed somewhat in regards to what is possible. So it reads, "We are looking to overhaul any suitable ships," in brackets it says including the Cutlass, Avenger, Retaliator and Redeemer, "to allow many modular components to be available as swap-outs. For example, if you have purchased the Redeemer, then using this system, you would have a variety of new modules available to refit the ship, internal and external, to suit your play requirements. If you wanted to make it a bounty hunter ship, you could buy a stasis chamber module for the lower deck, and you would be able to capture and store fugitives to be delivered for their bounties at your leisure. You could configure the upper deck to be outfitted with a long-range communication suite, allowing you to keep in touch with your info agent even when in deep space. Maybe swap in a large cargo module to make that profitable run, or add the Explorer module with deployable vehicle for some planetside recon. Manufacturers will still be offering pre-configured variants, but should you be looking to adapt a hull to suit a certain task, then your ship has come in and is now ready for modification." So, as mentioned, this was dated way back to 2014, and although the premise and potential module ideas listed here might not have changed that much, the ships that are capable of such modifications certainly have changed. I don't think the Avenger or Redeemer offer this anymore, but I could be wrong. We will have to hear more from CIG, and I will run through all of the ships that I know of that are intending to offer modularity later in the video. Now, the issue that CIG had with getting this working was how items in one module, when swapped out with another, would communicate with other systems, and basically they weren't. So relating to the object containers, which if I understand correctly will also be a requirement for engineering and how components and the room's environment communicate between each other, which of course will be vital for the future of the game. Now that they have figured out this blocker, they will be able to start bringing modularity to the ships that require it. Not saying it's going to immediately start, but beginning with, I believe, the Retaliator, as we heard a few months ago, this ship was going through its gold standard pass, bringing it up to the current standards, which included building out its various modules. However, progress and updates on the Retaliator appeared to have halted a while back, and I bet that this is one of, if not the reason why. Now, for the Retaliator in particular, this ship's available modules that we know of include the Torpedo Bay, which is currently the only one available in the PU right now, as this was built first for Squadron 42, a front and rear living quarter module, which includes retractable tables, hollow screens, personal storage areas, a drinks machine and sink couches and more, and a dropship module that allows for a set number of armed troops to be deployed quickly. Now, I think that it is still the plan to roll the Retaliator out as the first ship to come with modularity, but there are many more ships that utilize this tech that I'd like to briefly run through now, and this is just what I can remember and find info on. There may be others, or some of these may not be applicable anymore, but also some have varying degrees of modularity, like the Hull C Discreet, if that still exists, or ships like the Apollo, which won't allow you to swap out its role, but it will allow you to swap out various medbed configurations, as well as many ships that we have now that may not have offered modularity may do in the future, or vice versa, if CIG deem it appropriate. So for the list of ships that I am aware of that offer modularity, these include the Aegis Retaliator, as spoken about, the Drake Caterpillar, the Aegis Vanguards, the Misk Endeavour, RSI Galaxy, and potentially the Avenger Cutlass or Redeemer, as it says in the description, although I think they are now decided to be hard variants rather than modules, especially as the Redeemer's role changed from a dropship to being more of a gunship. But as I say, things will change, things can change, we will have to wait and see. Now, starting with the Drake Caterpillar, this ship is made up of multiple sections, each offering the option to be swapped out for a different module. Right now, they are all cargo modules, but the 4 main body modules and the 5th front module have the potential to become something completely different. And just a bit of speculation here, as we have not yet had solid confirmation as to exactly what modules the Caterpillar will get, but things like armories, extra living quarters, and maybe medical modules might be available. And there was even a video, a very old video, with a ship dev called Randy Vasquez, who went through potential modules in white box, or grey box, I think it was white box, which I will link below, but be warned, this is a very old video, and many of which likely don't apply anymore. Now next up we have the Misk Endeavour, which is a favourite of mine, and this is a huge modular ship that has options like farming biodomes for growing crops or other plant life for whatever purpose, a telescopic array to allow its crew to gather data from the depths of space, a super collider that will allow players to tweak and overclock components, getting more performance out of them, and a full hospital module that offers multiple medical bed configurations. Now, this ship in particular is one that is likely a long way from getting made, unless they can build up the ship team much quicker, but ultimately it will offer some very unique gameplay for the players. Again, I will post a link talking deeper about the intended modules for the Misk Endeavour, but this post is also quite old and dates back to 2015, so there may be some alterations. However, I still think for the most part it'll be close or better. And so finally we have the Vanguard series from Aegis, which offered the option of BUKs, BUKs, or Battlefield Upgrade Kits, eventually giving players the ability to swap out the interior section of the Vanguard from one variant to another. Now, I don't know if this is still the plan, or if they said a little while ago that they've decided to go with hard variants. I really can't remember what was finally decided here, so I'm afraid I can't say for sure with that ship. Now, what I spoke about here is only a very limited number of ships and module options. Of course, when it comes to other ships in the future and their module choices, the list is pretty much endless, as CIG will most certainly offer other options in all areas of the game, from manufacturing, as we heard for the Galaxy, to crafting, base building, refining, and anything else that they can dream up, or that we can request. And as the game further develops, I'm sure the need for more modules and ship types that we are yet to even imagine will come along. Now that ship modularity is possible, this feature from long ago is now no longer a pipe dream, but an actual possibility to start coming along. And although it might be a while till we start seeing it roll out, I am very happy to see that it can now make an appearance. Do let me know what modules you would like to see for whatever ship, whether it's a ship you own or don't own. But with that said, if you do appreciate my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also, come and hang out over at twitch.tv/supermacbrother. You are all more than welcome over there. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour. Tick the notification bell if you would like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.